Hello everyone, I'm Abyssal and I've just blown in. And today we are back with more Seduce Me 2, The Demon Wars. Last time, I walked into the demon world thanks to being kidnapped by my crappy father-in-law. I got really posh quarters that I very quickly ditched and went exploring, and I found this guy. Because what? I was curious. Now let's continue the story, shall we? With a raised brow, the man uncrossed his arms and looked over to a weapon rack. On it were spears, swords, shields, and other weaponry that I really did not want to deal with while wearing a wedding dress.
Tell me, are you proficient with a sword?
No. I'm gonna guess no. Ariel does not dawn on me as a LARPer. Also, didn't I study Taekwondo or something last time? Or Tai Chi? And it was some form of martial arts. Was he seriously going to make me fight? I somehow regained control of myself and shook my head. No, I mean, I can do Taekwondo, see? But I knew it was some form of martial arts.
Taekwondo? What is that?
Something you're probably not going to find very impressive. I gulped, but remembered that he was a demon. Human fighting was not like demon fighting. Well, it's a form of fighting without weapons.
What, like brawling?
Yeah, one way to put it. No, it's like precision fighting, I guess. I mean, I can't really show you in this dress, but...
Then take off your clothes.
Ahem? Sir? I beg your pardon. My face instantly turned red. What? I stepped away and crossed my arms over my chest, feeling myself become red in anger and embarrassment. No! Why would I do that? The man growled and sighed, rubbing his head. Did he seriously think asking me that was a good idea? What was he, a pervert? No, Again, you're in a demon world. I don't think you understand their societal norms. Are not your norms. I mean, look at Diana in this world. She is just running around in her markings. The man then crossed his arms again and stared plainly at me.
If clothes hinder you from defending yourself, you shouldn't wear any. You can look as fancy as you want for whatever reason you want, but fancy clothes won't protect you from a blade.
Somewhat true, but what about really fancy armor? I stared. Was he seriously giving me a lecture about clothes and defending myself? He looked pretty serious, so I continued to listen without interrupting.
There's only one thing in this world that should matter to you. Yourself. If you can't protect yourself, then you need to fix that, even if that means stripping out of that wedding garb thing or whatever you're wearing.
Kind of agree, kind of disagree. Yes, it's important to be able to protect yourself, but it shouldn't be the only thing that's important to you. But I don't need to defend myself right now. I just wanted to show you.
Then show me or don't suggest the idea. Words also have power here. Unlike the human world, we take what we say very seriously.
Oh, sir. You do not know who you're talking to. I suddenly felt small, looking at the man. Was he trying to teach me a lesson? I understood what he meant, but was he trying to teach me, or berate me? My reaction. He was making no sense, yet I felt like I should have been listening intently and obeying. He does have a commanding aura. Was it his commanding aura? Called it. Then the man shook his head and pointed at the door I came from.
Return to where you came from.
Yes, sir.
You'll be sent back to the human world soon enough. Don't distract my soldiers from their training.
Cool. See ya. I looked behind me to find some of the soldiers looking at me as they fought. Some in hunger, some in confusion, others in disgust. My arms wrapped themselves around my form, and I shivered before nodding to the commander and rushing towards the door. Maybe I should have stayed in my room. Nah, he made the right choice. I marched back to my room, determined not to allow my curiosity to get the better of me anymore. No, it's gonna happen again. Just wait for it. I remained in my room until the night came. I was given food, which looked like soup. The woman who gave it to me apologized, letting me know that food was scarce until the upcoming harvest, which was a couple of days away. Being that I was only staying a day, I didn't mind much. I mean. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna leave a Yelp review about the food. I was more concerned over what I was given to eat. Yeah, that's kind of important. It doesn't look that bad, it just looks like stew. It was some sort of stew with mysterious chunks swimming in its broth. You know, looks like beef to me. It smelled surprisingly good, but who knew how it tasted? Well, then taste it. Yes, eat it. Nom nom. I gulped. I had to try it. I had to eat it. I hadn't eaten in 2 days, even before I came to the demon world. Oh, sweetie, I hope you were not starving to fit into your dress. That's a no-no. I was pretty certain Diana wouldn't poison me now, and I was fairly sure that she wouldn't serve me anything disgusting. Oh, how far we've come. I lifted the spoon that was sitting in the broth, letting it capture some of the stew as it rose. I mean, it wasn't terribly scary to look at. No, that just looks like stew to me. I gulped and slowly brought the spoon to my lips, feeling the heat emanate from the stew. A knock rapped on my door, breaking me out of my train of thought. Huh? Come in. Hi, Purple Lady. The door opened to reveal Diana with a plate holding things I recognized, bread and cheese. I let out a heavy sigh of relief before Diana laughed.
I suggest not trying that. As good as it smells, the taste would not sit well with you.
Cool, thanks for the warning. Instantly, I moved the bowl to a nearby table, thankful that I did not have to try it. Diana handed me the plate and nodded, reassuring me that what was on it was what it seemed.
It's not much, but it's human food.
Oh, thank you. Nom nom nom. I will. I began to chow down, feeling the hunger in my stomach dissipate with each bite and swallow. The food I was eating, surprisingly, was delicious. Well, I would actually kind of expect that from Diana. As I began to crave something to drink, Diana chuckled and formed a small goblet in her hand, filled with a clear liquid that I assumed to be water. I took it and drank it down, feeling my thirst quenched before I let out a sigh. I feel so much better.
I can tell. Take a moment to finish eating, then we'll head for the ritual.
Yay, ritual! Send me home. I got things to do. I looked up at Diana, suddenly excited. Everything was prepared for? Was it possible to go home now? As if she read my mind, she smiled and nodded. Aww. She's so much nicer than last game.
We finished the main preparations. We just need to head over and we'll start.
Cool. Let's go. I couldn't continue eating. My mind went into the obvious frenzy of wanting to go home. I stood up, moving the plate and goblet to the nearby table. Let's go.
Huh? Are you sure?
Yes, let's go. I have a wedding. Note the dress. I nodded, not wanting to waste any more time. I needed to get home, and I was tired of waiting. Diana stared before nodding and heading to the door, opening it for me and exiting after me. As she closed the door behind her, I began to feel my heart flutter in relieved joy. I was heading home. Hi, everybody. Wish I'd learned your names. Diana led me down the corridor to the war room, where I had originally arrived, to reveal the table covered in plants and artifacts of different kinds. None of it made sense to me, but I had to only assume it was what was needed for the spell to work. Diana walked to the table and took note of what she saw, nodding.
This should work.
Woo! Go team. Good job, everybody.
You're in doubt?
Have to be after the last time we tried sending her home. Do we have a human anchor?
Do we?
No, you're on your own this time. But we'll make sure you survive casting it.
I could be the anchor.
The spell should work, however, because we'll be using energy material. It will only require a slice of your energy on top of these items, which your guard can refill immediately after this.
Okay, good to know. Good planning.
Just make sure you don't die casting it.
Dude, shush. Diana smiled at her guard before turning to me.
So, are you ready to return home?
Oh, fuck yeah, let's go. She didn't have to ask. I'm ready. Diana nodded once more before turning back to the table. She lifted her arms over the surface and lowered her head, muttering under her breath.
Otur nibris portas, apriat nobis, largiatur exidium.
As she spoke, the table began to glow as she did. A dark purple aura began to surround her form as she lifted and arched her head and back, staring at the ceiling. A glimpse at her eyes made me gasp. Warm golden orbs covered her blood-red irises, glowing with magic. She was deep within the spell, and I could see it slowly draw energy from her body. The items on the table began to gleam wildly, light orbs floating from them and dancing in the air above the table's surface. They began to weave back and forth with each other, almost as if the lights were dancing to a silent tune. The other demon stepped back as Diana moved her arms up and pointed to the dancing lights. Her finger pointed into the air, leading the lights to follow where it directed obediently. She drew a large circle in the air, and the lights followed like a perfect trail, spreading out and forming a large void in the air. As they stopped moving, they burst into bright light, causing the demons and I to cover our eyes from it. It engulfed the room, but died down just as fast, revealing a small tear in the air. Diana quickly leaned forward and dug her hands into it before pulling the tear apart, revealing... What's it going to reveal? My bedroom. Awesome. Yay, let's go. Diana continued to pull the tear open, giving enough space for me to jump through.
How are you gonna go through? This is your chance!
Woo! Running! I wasn't going to let it go to waste. I gripped the bottom of my dress and rushed forward, using my momentum to jump into the air and forward towards the void. I could almost reach it. I could feel the air conditioning in my room right at my fingertips. I was...
She will never leave this world alive!
Oh, god damn it. Ow. The Demon Lord's voice rang through the air, just as I saw my fingertips pass through the tear. What stopped the rest of my body was the red light of force, forcing me and Diana back from the opening. Yeah! Fuck, shit, fuck. I felt my body fly backwards and slam into the wall before I landed on the stone ground. I heard Diana as well land beside me with a painful thud. I looked up and felt my heart break as the tear became wrapped in red lightning, zipping itself closed and vanishing into thin air. No, this could not be.
Damn it!
That should have worked! How could it have failed?
You must have missed something. Was there anything we had forgotten?
No. I verified everything myself.
Then why was the Demon Lord able to overpower a gate spell?
I highly doubt you know either, brute.
Boys, now is super not the time.
Stop fighting! We need
Agreed.
to make a plan and all of you are just being stupid! Stupid, 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 stupid!
Baka, I know, right?
Are you alright, Isaiah?
Yeah, how about, you're frickin' queen?
I'm fine.
I was too lost in my mind to fully understand what was going on around me. I was so close. I felt the other side. I'd almost made it home. Why couldn't I go home? Diana's grunt of pain next to me made me shoot my head towards her, and I watched her slowly push herself off the ground and glare at the table.
The Demon Lord must have done something more than simply bring her here.
Yeah.
What could he have done?
Now, the Demon Lord is incapable of doing anything of the sort. His lackey imps must have done something to her.
Yay. I feel more creeped out.
A spell?
Possible.
A curse.
I looked to the rabbit woman, seeing her stare wide-eyed at me. The other demons stared at me as well, and suddenly I felt like I was on display. Was something wrong with me?
She will not leave the demon world alive. He must have placed some sort of curse on her to prevent her from leaving this plane. In order to leave, she'll have to die.
No. No. What? My mind went blank. Did the Demon Lord really curse me? Was I forced to stay in this world until I died? I could never go back?
Are you suggesting a barrier curse?
Why was I not checked for spells?
That would explain the red energy that sealed the tear.
But dark magic like that requires...
Blood of 1,000 demons. He must have sacrificed part of his army to cast a curse on her that would prevent her from leaving.
I got a really bad wedding present from him, didn't I?
The Demon Lord is that desperate for her.
Not for me, I think for his sons.
The only way to break that kind of curse is to kill the caster, the Demon Lord himself.
Right, so let's go kill him. Come on, team, let's go.
She's trapped here until this war is over.
Brr. My body began to shiver violently. The Demon Lord killed 1,000 demons just to trap me here? Why? Why? I slammed my fist into the ground and began to scream. I want to go home. Why? I could feel the sympathy and anger in the room, but I didn't care. I was beyond livid. I was far past broken. I was seeing red. Ah! As my voice ripped through the air, a bright light erupted through the room once again. Everyone covered their eyes, but Diana quickly scrambled to get her knees and covered me with her body. She held me tightly as the light invaded the space and slowly began to fade. As the light finally died, everyone moved their hands to see what had happened. In the air was a white tear that was slowly opening, facing down towards the table. Something was coming. I could feel it in the air. The guard summoned his spear and pointed at the tear, glaring at it and gritting his teeth.
Something's coming!
Okay. In reply, Diana summoned what looked like a saber and placed it in front of us.
Ready yourselves! It could be the Demon Lord!
Yeah, let's get him. The other demons in the room readied themselves and stared at the tear, either holding a weapon or preparing spell. I felt the air change, becoming heavier as the tear began to grow. The energy around it began to pulsate, making everyone in the room that much more tense. We all need massages, gotcha. I stared at the tear as well, frightened as to what was coming. Was it the Demon Lord? His minions? My mind began to cycle through fearful ideas of what was about to appear. I know those screams! My heart almost stopped. Fallen from the tear and landing on the table were 5 incubi brothers. They were piled on top of one another, having come through one at a time. However, as the last brother landed, the boys fell to one side, toppling off the table and landing on the floor. The rebels around me stared at the fallen pile of incubi, confused and surprised. As the tear in the air closed, the ogre man was the first to lower his sword.
What the hell?
Agreed.
Who are they?
They're awesome.
Careful, they could be the Demon Lord's men.
Well, kinda, but not the way you think. No. The rebels looked at me as I stood up, Diana following and still protecting me, and I stared at the boys on the ground. They all looked dazed and a bit shell-shocked from having fallen twice in rapid succession. I almost couldn't believe it. They there they were, right in front of me. My mind couldn't help remember how I had first met them. They had all been on the floor of my mansion, unconscious and wounded. Now, they were in front of me in the demon world. Isn't life funny? I know them. Do I? Do I really? Hi, guys. How you been? I stared at the one I was meant to marry, see him slowly shake his head and rise from the ground. They came to rescue me. He came to rescue me. My heart became overjoyed, full of warmth and happiness. I was going to go home. The question was, how? Yeah, one of them probably should have stayed on the other side where they could have opened the portal. At the sight of the boys, I kept the demon's attention. A second tear opened above them, causing everyone to look up. What now? They brought baggage? 4 women dropped down from the tear and somehow managed to fall into the arms of the incubi behind Erik. Aww. I summoned girlfriends.
Whoa!
Hi, Carrie. Aw, don't you two look cute?
I gotcha.
Aw. Oh, she's so tiny. Twilla.
Whoa, are you okay?
Aww. Oh my god, you look like his sister. Why do you look like his sister? Norin?
I gotcha, it's okay.
Aww.
James!
Iridessa. I can't even hate that name on principle alone. God damn it, Hark. Also, aw, how pretty.
Whoa, are you alright?
I stared wide-eyed. Their wives came too. Oh wow, they all got married. Cool. I watched as the boys and girls finally planted themselves on the ground before looking around. As Erik spotted me, however, he began to rush towards me.
Princess!
Prince! I wanted to rush back to him. I wanted to run over and wrap my arms around his neck. I missed the touch of his lips, his embrace. Yet my body would not allow me to move forward. Oh, gosh darn it! If this is the barrier curse... In fact, I shied away and hid behind Diana, gripping her waist and averting my eyes from him.
What the?
Agreed. What the?
Still?
I shut my eyes. Despite my heart screaming at me and turned toward Erik, I knew that he would enthrall me to break this hold on me. So I wanted to look at him and let him. However, my body continued to duck behind Diana's body, avoiding Erik's gaze. As I heard Erik step forward, Diana wrapped an arm back around her and placed it on my back. For some reason, I felt comforted by her touch. Was she casting a spell on me?
Diana, if you please.
Yeah, Diana, stay out of it.
Not until you explain what is going on. Why does she hide from you?
Good question.
I assure you, it's not what you think.
Is it?
I will not repeat my question.
Yeah, you're kind of in the Queen's castle. Might wanna, bow. I felt Diana's hand clench over my back. I felt a natural elevation wash over me at the protection she was providing me, but my heart cried out for Erik.
She does want to see Erik. Something's stopping her from doing that.
Thank you, Damien. Also, wait, did you get your powers? Oh, right, you never got them taken away in this verse. That's sad.
And I'm supposed to believe this?
Yes. Yes, you are.
Please, just let me.
I watched from behind Diana as a guard quickly stepped forward and placed himself between Diana and Erik, spear pointing at my incubus.
I suggest not taking another step forward.
I'd listen, he's kind of half-angel.
Wait!
The rabbit-eared woman in the midst of the tension quickly rushed over to me and bent down to look me directly in the eyes. I looked at her, trying to convey my need to see Erik through my eyes.
Hold still, okay?
'Kay.
What are you?
She's helping. Shush.
Ostende mihi kotum.
Staring into the woman's eyes, I watched as warm gold hue painted over her sweetly pale blue eyes before she closed them. As if something had been unlocked, a large click resonated through my mind. All at once, I felt my will take control and I stood up straight, now finally able to do what I desired without any resistance.
Love.
Hey. Erik! I quickly ran around Diana and rushed towards Erik, wrapping my arms around his neck and feeling him envelope me in his own arms. His warm embrace made my heart squeeze in my chest as I held him close to me. I smiled as Erik kissed over my cheeks, his embrace conveying how beyond happy he was to have me back, willingly in his arms. Aww. We're just gonna keep holding him, because, PDA might be a little much right now. Diana turned to the rabbit-eared woman, with a look of pure confusion on her face.
What? Just...
Aw, look at how happy Erik looks.
She's under some sort of secondary spell. Repulsion, it seems.
Huh.
What I cast on her was an emotional release spell,
Thank
and that
you.
temporarily removed the hold on her.
I would like that emotional release spell for real life. I can think of so many scenarios it would be so useful for.
But she's been here a full day, and none of us felt any sort of hold on her.
Huh. You guys are very good at your job then.
Well, we didn't exactly figure out that she was cursed either.
Exactly. You guys have kind of done a bad job.
Cursed?
Yeah, funny story. I felt Erik's hold on me tighten as I looked up at his face. He looked at Diana with an expression full of concern and confusion. As I heard Diana sigh, I turned slightly to watch her cross her arms.
Yes. She's been cursed by the Demon Lord. She cannot leave until she dies or until we kill him.
So let's go kill him. What's the problem here? The incubi looked at each other in surprise, but Erik kept his eyes to Diana and kept me tight in his embrace.
I'm assuming you plan to kill the Demon Lord, right? When will this happen?
Soon, hopefully.
Yes. In 1 week's time.
Okay, that's soon-ish.
1 week?
Where is this number coming from, Succubus?
That is a good question.
We need to fully prepare ourselves for the final stage, which I'm certain will only take a couple of days. We've pinned him into a corner. The Demon Lord will fall.
Also, he sacrificed a lot of people to bring me here and frickin' curse me.
That's rather bold to assume.
It is, but I trust her.
She's right, though. We can prepare everything in that time frame, right?
Yep.
And if he does the same and attacks us before then?
We'll be ready.
He won't.
How you know that? I watched as Diana walked over and cleared the table of materials they had gathered for the gate spell, revealing a physical map of the Abyssal Plains. She pointed to a spot on the map, a peninsula surrounded by water labeled as the Decaying Sea.
We'll cast a barrier spell along the edge of the peninsula and around the castle. He and his army won't be able to move from that spot until we break it ourselves, which will be during the siege.
See? She has an awesome plan, y'all.
Where would we get the energy needed for that kind of spell?
If I could help donate any, let me know.
We won't be using energy.
Okay. The other rebel demons in the room suddenly tensed up, staring at Diana in surprise. What was she going to do?
My lady, you're not suggesting...
What is she suggesting?
The Demon Lord has shown how far he is willing to go to win this war. It's only fitting to show the extent we'll go to in response.
True.
As much as I agree with you, this seems a little rash.
Really? Seems perfectly on brand for me.
What are you guys talking about?
Your dad's being a dick.
Are they allowed to know?
Up to D.
I plan to put a barrier curse around the Demon Lord's castle and army. It's temporary, so it won't need the blood of 1,000 demons. but it will need the sacrifice of at least one demon life.
And I assume you'll be sacrificing one of my soldiers.
Is this our only option?
James, strategist, step up, sweetie.
There are other options, but they will most likely take a lot of energy to pull off.
It just depends on what we want to do. If we want to do this immediately, then the barrier curse is indeed the best option.
Okay.
I'm not opposed to performing the curse. As rash as it is, it will make our lives easier in the long run.
True.
You expect me to hand over one of my men? My soldiers joined the rebellion to kill the Demon Lord, not to get their throats slit before even seeing the final battle?
Also a valid point. Whoever does this would have to do so willingly.
It's wrong, but can we really afford to spend any more energy? Diana already spent a lot trying to send the human back.
Yeah, very true.
What is the other option?
Yes, let's discuss this now, even though why are we a part of this meeting? The rabbit woman and the fairy moved towards the map and pointed at the peninsula.
We could form tall rock walls around the castle. Box them in.
It will take a lot of our energy, but we can recover in that week period.
And what will stop the Demon Lord from tearing down the walls?
Yeah, good point.
I can imbue the walls with holy magic.
What now? Alright, Party Angel. Thinking and I looked at him. All of us equally surprised. A demon with holy magic? How?
How the fuck did you get holy magic?
Exactly.
You look and smell like a demon.
I know, right? The guard held up his wrapped hand, letting the beads around it jangle with the sudden motion.
I've had the ability to use holy magic ever since I was taken in by my lady's family. There's no doubt that I am a demon, but I can't recall how I gained this ability.
Aww. Interesting. Except for I play Diana's path and I know the truth. How is holy magic different than demon magic?
It's white magic. Unlike demon magic.
So
holy
healing?
magic isn't so finicky. Think of it as warding or dispelling magic.
Ah.
You can't bless air or anything that doesn't have physical form, but you can bless objects to fight back against other forms of magic.
Okay. Cool.
If the walls were blessed with holy magic, the Demon Lord wouldn't be able to escape until we released him.
People need names.
Why not just trap him forever?
Continuous drain, he's only one person.
That's idiotic. He would still be a threat regardless. Holy magic doesn't last forever. And stone will crumble eventually.
Exactly.
He's right. We wouldn't be able to keep the walls up forever.
The situation became more and more complicated and more we discussed it. How were we going about this?
We can't just sit around and debate this forever. The longer we wait, the more we risk him striking back at us.
But is it worth killing someone to trap him?
Valid point.
When we finally strike, we will lose hundreds, if not thousands, of soldiers anyway. What difference
Will
will
we?
it make to lose one more life on top of this?
It's one thing to go down fighting, it's another thing to be a martyr. Or a sacrifice.
Soulless fuck.
We can still cage him in.
True. I bit my lip. It was a really tough decision. A curse or a trap. Which was better? Both had their prices, but we had to choose one. From the look of it, no one wanted to speak up. So I felt the urge to say something. Maybe I would be the one who would determine everything, because I have main character powers, don't I? But which method would be the best choice? I say we curse him! You know what? I'm cursed, he deserves a curse back! Everyone in the room looked at me in surprise as I finally spoke up. The Demon Lord had trapped me here with the blood of 1,000 demons. It was only fair to trap him with the life of just one. Will the curse work with just one life?
Yes. He won't be able to escape because of its dark magic.
Okay, cool.
Are you sure this is the best choice?
Not really, but... A monster like him won't stop if we box him in. We have to ensure that he won't be able to do anything while we prepare to fight back. Everyone nodded, most in reluctance, while the others did with confidence. Diana, however, turned to the orc man with a stern face.
As for your reluctance, Sir Brute, we won't be using one of your men.
Okay, fair enough.
Well then, who would you use?
At that moment, Diana smirked, sending a familiar shiver down my spine. For a split second, I saw a flash of gold cross her visible eye, as she replied to Matthew.
A little mongrel who had the nerve to electrocute me in my own castle.
Oh, Diana, I love you when you're demonic like this. I stared. There really was an imp in the castle? However, my mind released the question to focus on Diana's smirk. Something was off about Diana, and I couldn't put my finger on what it was. When I came to the demon world, I had barely recognized her. I didn't expect her kindness. Now, as I was staring at her at that moment, I again recognized the woman who attacked me in the human world. Diana shook her head before crossing her arms and looking directly at me.
So, since you'll be here for a while, we might as well give you names that you can use to refer to everyone here.
Thank you.
Are we getting human names?
You are way too excited, little pixie.
Must we?
Yes. Diana rolled her eyes and gestured to each demon, naming them on the fly.
For the sake of time, we'll use simple names. This is Rabbit, our magic advisor.
Hi.
Sergeant, commander of our armies. Shadow,
Hi.
leader of our assassins.
Hello.
And Faye, our nomadic force ambassador.
Cool.
Sergeant, I'm a commander, succubus. Shouldn't my name be Commander?
Potatoes.
It's easier on the tongue, though, to say Sergeant.
Sergeant Commander. I honestly say they're about the same.
My lady, what shall they call me?
Diana looked at Serio for a moment before turning towards me, a look of seriousness emanating from her eyes.
You may call him Cero. He is
Cero.
my personal guard, and he is always by my side.
Okay, cool. Not trying to get between you in this verse. The other demons and Serio seemed to be surprised. Was Serio his true demon name? Why would you give me his true name?
Are you sure?
Don't worry, dear, I'm not going to abuse your name.
Call him only if your life depends on it. Do not abuse this permission.
Yes, my queen. Her eyes seemed to burn as she gazed into mine, full of hard intent and warning. I mentally noted her seriousness as she ran a hand through her hair.
Well, now that we have a plan and introductions are out of the way, I believe we can end this meeting. We have a lot to accomplish in 1 week.
Yes, we do.
What about us? You don't expect us to sit around.
Maybe.
Actually, I do. You all don't belong on the battlefield.
Really? Why not? They come from this plane. They might have a stake in it, you know.
Whoa. Huh?
I will not take untrained and unarmed beings into a war zone.
Okay, that's perfectly understandable. But the brothers aren't untrained. I'm not sure about their collective wives. Hold on. I interjected, stepping forward and crossing my arms at Diana. She seriously wasn't going to make us stay back while she fought the Demon Lord, was she? No, girl, he is mine to fight, okay? We can fight too. That's not fair, Diana. Is this really what we should do? Yeah, I'm gonna try to appeal to her sense of reason here. Diana nodded to me, a look of sincerity in her eyes as she locked her gaze with mine. I knew she was trying to protect us, but was it necessary? Yeah, kinda, yeah.
Unless you can fight, I can't guarantee that you will survive this war.
Oh, you know I can fight. Pretty sure whoever Sam married can too. The other three, I'm not quite so sure about.
Let me and my brothers train then. We're demons, for fuck's sake.
Exactly.
Know how to fight.
Yeah, they fought devils and everything. They're great. The boys stared at Diana as she turned her hand towards Sam. He was right, though. They knew how to train, so they knew how to fight. Training is not necessarily the same thing. If they fought with the rebellion, there would be a better chance of winning this war.
You all realize this is a war, correct? You can die here.
Yeah, and I don't know if I can save state all of you.
We understand completely.
We understand, Diana.
Aw, hi Gary. Care to actually believe if she is dating or married to Sam can fight. Diana could only stare at our group as we challenged her proclamation. I wrapped my hand around my fiancé's arm, frightened at the idea of participating in a war, but knowing that we needed all the strength we could muster to finish off the Demon Lord. This was the only way I could go home. At this point we all could go home, let's be honest. Defeated, Diana sighed and rubbed her temples.
Very well. I can't exactly keep you here like prisoners.
Nope.
So it will be up to you if you choose to train for battle. However, I highly suggest just staying here and allowing us to handle it.
Yeah, but when do I ever listen to you? I nodded, as did the others. This was really happening. We were going to kill the Demon Lord, and we had 1 week to either prepare for war or wait it out. Diana turned towards me and looked down at my outfit. I had nearly forgotten that I was still in my wedding dress, until Diana pointed at my chest.
Lumen infere, bellum tabescere, serene.
Makeover spell. I stared at her, unsure of why she was speaking in Latin, until I felt the fabric around my body shift and change. No, wedding dresses are so crazy expensive. I quickly looked down to see my wedding dress morph into an outfit that looked perfect for the demon world. The white top shifted into a long-sleeved, oversized tunic with a leather corset and vest, while the bottom part of my gown split and wrapped around my legs, forming into dark leggings. My shoes stretched into long, knee-high boots.
Wow. Very nice outfit.
Yeah, but my wedding dress. I blushed, getting used to the feel of the outfit. Of course it wasn't tight, but it was still something new along with the rest of the garb. Erik, however, smiled down at me and kissed over my forehead.
You look wonderful, princess.
Thank you, my prince. Thank you.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to head for the Demon Lord's castle.
Okay, good luck with that. Bye.
Do you plan to shadow travel?
No, I have another method. Don't worry. I'll be back by morning.
Okay, good luck with that. Bye-bye. Meanwhile, we have all night, sweet, and I've really missed you. Diana looked at Faye and nodded at them, as they pressed their lips together in a tight line.
Faye, please escort our guests to the remaining open rooms while I'm gone.
Bye.
All right.
Thank you, Faye.
Set up.
Yes, my lady.
Saria walked toward Diane and followed her out of the room. The other demons, however, looked toward us.
I'll take you to your rooms then.
Cool, thanks.
Thank you. We truly appreciate it.
Aw. Thanks, Faye. You're the best. My mind for a moment wandered to Diana and remembered her almost evil smirk when we decided to perform the curse. What was she planning to do? Hopefully nothing truly sadistic. Knowing her, it could be. Yeah, on that note, we're actually gonna cut the video here. So until next, tack like a tilak hero.